Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Fikret Azizov. This is the first video in a series dedicated to Microsoft Fabric. Uh, Microsoft Fabric is a relatively new product. It was first introduced in the spring of 2023, and at the time of recording is still in public preview. Within this series, so this series is mostly going to be practical, although I'll explain necessary concepts as needed. So what is Microsoft Fabric? Fabric is a unified platform which includes multiple data services. Some of these data services are used to be independent products, whereas there are also some brand new services. Data Factory is one of the major services. So this is data integration service within Fabric. It allows you to build your data movement and transformation pipelines using easy graphical interface. You can also call it codeless experience, although you can apply certain code transformations within these pipelines as well. Uh, Data engineering service, on the other hand, it represents code first experience where you can build your transformation using Spark notebooks. There are multiple languages, Spark flavor languages available within these notebooks. You can use your SQL, Spark SQL, or you can use Python, and so on and so forth. Uh, Data warehousing service is, as the name suggests, is a service designed to build data warehouses. However, unlike traditional data warehouses, so Microsoft warehouses are based on files. So file-based Delta Lake technology, which I'm gonna describe in a moment. Real-time analytics service allows you to build low latency streaming pipelines. This is another uh, graphical based service which allows to build your pipelines without code or with minimal code. Power BI, many of you have either heard or used this in past. This is a great visualization service which allows to build rich dashboards and reports. The next service in my list is data science service, which allows you to create machine learning and predictive models using notebooks experience. And the last service on my list is Data Activator List. This is another brand new service which allows you monitor your data and based on change in your data, um, apply certain actions. So these actions could be your sending emails or some other actions. So let's talk about key Microsoft Fabric concepts. Workspaces are at the core of Fabric. You can think of them as containers that store your data as well as code. So you can store your databases, tables within workspaces, and you can store your notebooks with your code. You can store your pipelines within workspaces. And any objects created within the workspace will be available to different team members that are part of your workspaces. Um, to recap, so workspaces allows you to uh, organize and manage your data and code objects. It's from administration perspective as well as from security standpoint. Uh, OneLake Data Hub is a relatively new concept. It's based on Delta Lake technology, which allows you to treat your Parquet-based files just like your database tables. Um, this allows you to delete or update any rows within the files. It allows you to apply ACID transactions. So basically, it allows you pretty much anything that used to be part of database functionality. Tables created using Delta Lake technology are grouped together as Lakehouse. So you can think of Lakehouses as a database, traditional databases. Um, and besides tables, Lakehouses can contain some other object types like views or functions. For each lake house created within Fabric, there are three endpoints that can be used to interact with Lakehouse objects. So Lakehouse endpoint is one of them. So this endpoint allows you to interact with your data using Spark notebooks. SQL Analytics endpoint, on the other hand, allows you to interact with your data using Transact SQL queries. Finally, Semantic Model allows you to create Power BI models as well as to share your data with external Vault. So, for example, you can um, export your data into PDF or Excel files in using semantic model. All right, let's explore Microsoft Fabric's interface and different pages. I am on home page. From here, I have command panel on the left hand side, and on the central part of the screen, I have new artifacts section, and here I have recommended object list as well as quick access section, which contains list of my recently created objects. The content of this page changed depending of your service as well as workspace. So this button at the bottom left hand side allows you to change the service. So if I change it from data engineering to data factory, as you can see, new object list, object types have changed. Another thing that influence your content of this page is workspaces. So workspaces button allows you to manage your workspaces. From here, you can easily change workspace settings, switch between workspaces, and create new workspace using this button. Let me create a new workspace. I'll call it VC6. And this present me with new empty workspace. As you can see, my current workspace name as well as service is displayed here. Some other useful commands here. So create button allows me to see all of the different kinds of objects that I can create within Microsoft Fabric. Browse button allows me to find my objects using names or object types. OneLake Data Hub allows me to see all the Lakehouse endpoints that I have created. So if I scroll down, I can see the different endpoints. So let me sort by name. And as you can see, for each Lakehouse, Fabric creates 3 endpoints automatically. Let's explore SQL Analytics endpoint for COVID LH Lakehouse. You can open it here, and this will present me structure of Lakehouse on the right hand side, which I can expand and examine. I can also interact with this Lakehouse using queries, using query button. Here on the left hand side, I can see my Lakehouse structure. I have, so as soon as I select any of these tables, it will show me data sample. Now from here, I can either type my queries using new SQL query window, or I can right click and select top 100 option, which will generate SQL query for me. And of course, I can edit this query as needed. Results of the query can be visualized using nice charts. Right now, it's still not functional, um, as well as we can download this into Excel file. Go back to Hub and explore another endpoint. So I will explore Lakehouse endpoint. Click Open, and this will show me your Lakehouse, my Lakehouse structure, data sample, and from here I can either use existing notebook or create new Spark notebook. And finally, I'll open semantic model endpoint. Um, and from here, I can see my table structures as well as, so if I select one of these tables, I can see my data sample, and I can export it in the different file formats. Finally, monitoring hub allows me to see my history of my pipeline executions. This concludes today's session. I hope you enjoy it. I will see you in the next video.